Well, first thing, I'd like to welcome all the SSLs, and I'd like to thank them for the work that they do. It's important for this organization that the SSLs be the conduit of the information that comes from this office here, and it goes out to all of the teachers. So we really rely upon their good work and their due diligence in getting the message of the Federation out to teachers. The essence of teaching is something that I firmly believe cannot be taught by any school or any college. It's something that's inherent, it's innate in every good teacher. There's a flame that sparked somewhere years ago by good teachers that somehow said, go and do this because you will never regret doing it. And I have to honestly say that over the years that I've taught, that I've had very, very few regrets. I've never had a regret that I chose to be a teacher. I've never had a regret of all the classrooms that I've taught. There's something, it's maybe difficult to put it into words, that there's such a joy and a passion that comes from teaching one generation, the next generation, the truths of our world. These young people are so bombarded so often by things that are trying to persuade them to do this and to do that, but the good teacher is the one that teaches them the right things, the things that you have the right to make choices, you have the right to be heard, you have a right to an opinion, you have a right to your faith, to your political beliefs. All of those things are inculcated by teachers. And those things carry on, and that's what makes this society better and better and better as the years go by. So that's, to me, that's the essence of what a good teacher is.
What it is that we do, it's about building for the future, contributing to society, nurturing kids, and bigger than that, it's about contributing to democracy and civil society. Simply put, teachers are there to meet the learning needs of their students. That's the role of the teacher, to meet the learning needs of the students. If you break it down, yeah, there are lots of individual needs, lots of diversity in our classrooms, lots of challenges, and things have changed over time. But it still is all about that relationship between the teacher, the student, and the curriculum or the content that they're working with, teachers and students learning together, inquiring together, pursuing that big question that they want to learn more about. That's what, when we think about, or when I think about a vision for the future, it's just teachers being able to do exactly that. The magnitude of change that's been introduced, it can be overwhelming, and so we look for quick fixes. We want solutions that are going to bring about change in a more immediate time. We have to though, take a long view. What do we need for the long term? What do we need to build for the future? Whether that's in our programming as an organization, how do we support teachers in the long term? How do we advocate with the ministry, advocate with the government for the needs that teachers will need in the long term? As I think about advocacy for the membership, and we have presented, the deep concerns that teachers have about their workloads, about the changes in the school year and the school day, the changes to curriculum that came about too fast without the necessary supports. Those have all been shared. Well, we've often said the Saskatchewan Teachers Federation is all of the teachers in this province who are members of the Federation by virtue of their employment in the publicly funded system. Yeah, it's really easy for us to get into this, get caught up in the Federation is the building, or even when I talk about, or people ask me who I work for, well, I work for the Federation. Really, I work for the teachers in the province who are members of the Federation. And there are, fabulous staff and very committed staff here who carry out a whole variety of programs and services and benefit plans, all done for the teachers of Saskatchewan, but the STF is its members. Negotiating, collective bargaining is problem solving, it's communicating, it's understanding, seeking to understand the positions of the other side of the table, and communicating our positions, communicating our needs, and together coming to mutual mutual understandings. That happens at the bargaining table. It also happens elsewhere. So we are, in a sense, negotiating every single day that we are meeting with our counterparts, that we are meeting with others in the sector, every time that we're talking with community members, every time that we're talking with the employer, every time we're talking with school boards, every time we're talking with ministry officials and politicians who sometimes don't necessarily have a great understanding about what's happening in the classroom. There has been an acknowledgement of the broken relationships between or within the education sector. I hear in that acknowledgement, and that's the first step, I hear a commitment to making things different. It also means that we're going to have to commit to engaging in a conversation and be willing to listen. I think we as teachers need to inspire government about the future. We need to inspire ministry officials, school division officials about what it could look like, and demonstrate that as teachers we can be the leaders, and that we have the knowledge, we have the skills, we have the professional judgment, but more so than that, we have this idea, this vision about what the future could look like.